Well, that's not right.
Yeah.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to tonight's Midwest High School Hockey League broadcast of the home Dubuque Saints and the visiting Des Moines Oakleys. Exam is finished. Teams are still doing their pregame preparations in the locker room. Be underway here in about 4 minutes. The Oaks were victorious in the JV contest, winning 2-0.
In the next life, I'm trying to stay paid. When I die, put my money in the drink. When I die, put my money in the grave.
Like referee Dave Blondin for tonight's varsity contest. I tend to complain about the refs more than I probably should, but Dave usually calls it by the book. Doesn't mean I won't complain about it.
Junior, Jazzy, Baby J, tell them what I got, my money in Gotta count on my allowance. She said I gotta read out it. Feel like I gotta see the lights, got the trap, trying to make the same with me. I've been them out, and I never talk about it. Homie squad, but we all for the lots. Rich, in the nigga being modest, I'm aware of the deals when we treat it like an artist in the house. Nigga DM my account. I'm deal 6 figures in the account. Now I figures used to go till I hit the eat. They ain't living so very now, I'm really awesome. When I die, put my money in the grave. I really gotta put a couple to their face. Really just flat everybody in a place. I really might tap in his to my face. No CC, let it slap with a face. I used to say, put a mask in a cave. Now I'm like, nah, let my good go away. Everybody die when no money out of cave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the ice, your Saints! Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Iron Arena for tonight's Midwest High School Hockey League game between the visiting Des Moines Oakleys and your Dubuque Saints. It's a great night for hockey. It's cold outside. The action's hot in here. Let's start it out with the starting lineup for the Oakleys. Starting out at defense, we got number 12, Ethan Holzschlag. At defense, number 23, Max Ladson. At forward, number 18, Dylan Pennington. At forward, number 11, Gavin Elliott. At forward, number 9, Owen Campbell. And goal, number 35, Devin Brewer. The Oaks are coached by Scott Long, assisted by Robbie George, Austin Greenow, and Derek Hanlon. And now, the starting lineup for your Dubuque Slates. At defense from Dubuque Senior High School, number 17, Ben Zick.
Go back at defense. We'll start with Ben Zick, senior from Dubuque Senior.
At defense from Waller Catholic High School, number 21.
Also at defense, freshman from Dubuque Waller, number 21, Anders Hill.
Our defensemen are joined by a very special guest tonight, our youth skater of the night from our Little Blackhawk program, Emerson Miles, who's 8 years old. His favorite subject in school is math, and his favorite hockey team is the Dubuque Fighting Saints.
Emerson Miles is our little saint of the night.
They will be joined by a forward from Hempstead High School, number 7, Alex Hinkle!
Forward number 7, a junior from Dubuque Hempstead.
And forward,
Alex Hinkle.
from Western Dubuque High School, number 38, Jackson Luca!
Running to the ice is the senior from Dubuque, or from Western Dubuque High School, number
And then
38,
forward,
assistant
from Dubuque Senior
captain
High School,
Jackson Heacock.
number 34, the Xanderman, Xander Shoo!
And at center, number 34, senior from Dubuque
Those
Senior,
forwards are going to be joined by another member.
Number 34,
of our
Xander
Saints
Sheehy.
program, 6-year-old Atlee Smith.
Atlee Smith.
Atlee's favorite subject in school is music. Her favorite hockey team is all of her brother and sister's team.
There you go. Favorite team is her brother and sister's team.
And last but not least, in goal from Sumner, Fredericksburg High School, number 1, Andy Shaw.
Man, the blue paint tonight will be number 1,
The Dubuque Saints are coached
junior
by
Andy
Austin
Shell.
Woodward, assisted by Justin Mellencamp and Joe Stike. The officials for tonight's contest is assigned by the Midwest High School Hockey League, our referee, Davey Blondin, linesman Quinn Leland, and Ron Wicks. Fans, we ask that you now please rise and honor our nation's flag with the playing of our national anthem performed tonight by Stephanie Powell. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets rattled, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, Stephanie.
Stephanie Powell with a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Saints enter tonight's game with a record of 13-1. Our only loss coming to Kansas City a couple weeks ago in the blizzard.
It's Saturday night. You're here.
Currently sitting in second place.
Let's make some noise.
Behind the Des Moines Capitals, the Oaks enter tonight's game with a 9-3 record. Currently sitting in fourth place with 18 points. Song has been sung.
Safe.
Let's drop the puck. Puck's down and we're underway. Picked up by Henkel just inside the blue line. They'll play it over to the far side. Dumped in by the Oaks. Sent to the far corner just out of the reach of Anders Hill. Battles for it on the boards. Now Jackson Heacock comes over and knocks it loose. Henkel gets it ahead to Heacock. Heacock advances it through, chipped into the zone. Oaks will try and spin it out. Sheehy knocks it off a stick there. Now it's played back into the zone. Cade Wire directs the puck to the boards. Henkel picks it up. Sends it towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. We'll have to do a check at the first stoppage and see who the goaltender is. Picked up by the Oaks, and they'll wheel it out to center ice. Campbell's there. Blows an edge at the blue line. Now it's Weiner. Across the red line. Gets the brakes. Draws everyone offside. Now drops it off to Sammy Ruiz. Sends it into the zone. Back behind the net. Weiner tries to get it. It's played out to the far boards. Ruiz is there. Bounce it over to the Zam doors. Now sent back behind the net. The Oaks will play it D to D. Jensen Hill knocks it loose. Cade Warner back behind the net. Sends it to the corner. Ruiz is there. Back to the D. Doesn't quite make it. The Oaks block it out. Now it's Jensen Hill. Wheeling shot goes just wide. Oaks toe drag and try and get it out of the zone. Now they're up through center ice. Dumped into the zone. Back behind Shell. Landon Schultz back to pick it up. He'll play it up the near boards. Gets it ahead to Weiner. Third line jumps over the line, or boards quick. It's Eli Schwartz and Tyler Randall. Shell plays it out to the near side. Schwartz over to get it now on the far side. Liam Henry back from a little bit of an injury in Waterloo. Plays it out of the zone. Dumped back in by the Oaks. Wraps all the way back around to the near corner. Henry pulls it off the boards, gives it to Schultz. Schultz sends it ahead. Too hot to handle for Randall. Spins himself into the ice at center ice. All the way back into the defensive zone. Blocked there in front by Schultz. He'll send it off the boards. It's Michael Poles out to center ice. Oaks get it. Dump it back in. Full head of steam coming for Liam Henry. Can't quite pull it off the boards. The Oaks try and send it out front. It's knocked back by Henry. On the back of the net. Still battle for it. Now they knock it off. Forced back to the corner. Cross ice pass to Henkel. Henkel sends it up. The Oaks knock it back. All the way back for an ice. So the faceoff will come to the right of the Oaks goaltender, which I hope to find out who it is right now. The net for the Oaks. That's the JV contest. Puck's down. Back to Henkel. Henkel sends it towards the net. Just wide of the net. That on the near board. He takes it away. Walks the goal line. Loses it before he can get to the slot. Oaks send it out of the zone. Length of the ice. For an icing. The Oaks goaltender doesn't have a shot on goal yet, so I may not be able to figure this out. Puck's down. Back to Honors at the blue line. He'll dump it into the zone. All the way back behind the net. Henkel back to get it. Chipped down to the near side. Pennington there. Pennington fans on the pass. Knocked off by Henkel. Sent out to center ice. It's played all the way back to Ben Zick. Now it's sent to the net. Andy Shaw grabs it, sends it back. Oaks win the race and try to battle Ben Zick for it. Now it's Sheehy back to help out. Digs it out of the corner. Played ahead to Henkel. Out to the blue line. Shell chips it up into the net. The goaltender is Devin Brower. He doesn't have a save, but he's wearing 35, and the other goaltender is one. Wesielovich. So we'll get Liam Henry out there with Schultz. And the top line steps over of Sammy Ruiz, Cade Weiner, and Jensen Hill. Puck down, won by the Oaks. Shot from the top of the circle, bouncing puck, kicks over to the near side. Oaks have it there, back to the blue line. Hauschlag breaks the stick, going the other way. Weiner's pass unconnected with the Jensen Hill on the far side. He'll dump it down the boards, taken away by the Oaks. They got a breakaway, but they can't headman the puck. Now sent back. The Oaks will try and dump it in. Sent to the far side by Dubuque. Taken away. The Oaks now advance it up center ice. Puck pokes loose. Jensen Hill the other way. Carries into the zone. He's got Weiner with him. Drives all the way down to the goal line. Back behind the net. Wraps around to the far side. Hits the brakes. Tries to feed it down low to Sammy Ruiz. Kicks it over to the boards. Ruiz gets it back to Weiner. Weiner pulls out the boards. Walks the goal line. Back behind the net. Spins it back to Ben Zick. Zick back to Weiner. Sent back behind the net. Loose on the side of the net. The Oaks have it. They'll try and carry it out. It's pestered there by Schwartz. Taken down right in front of the Duke bench, and the Oaks will work to the far side. It's the brakes just inside the blue line. It's poked loose by Schwartz. Played high off the boards, just ahead of Randall. The Oaks have it. Pennington plays it out of the skates. Knocked into the zone by Michael Poles. Oaks now off the far side. Send it ahead. Bit of a breakaway for Elliott. Shot goal. And at 11:59, the Oaks are on the board. Bit of a breakdown there in the chains. The Oaks slipped the man up the middle, uncontested. And got a breakaway and got one by Shell. Shots are still 3-0 in favor of the Oaks. Probably need to get a shot on goal in order to make this work. Sheehy to the dot. Sheehy wins the faceoff and forces it forward. Taken away by the Oaks just inside the blue line, and they'll send it the other direction. Sent across the ice, unconnected. Battle back behind the goal line. Liam Henry tries to play it out there. Sheehy knocks it down, plays it hard off the boards. Blocked by Peacock into the Dubuque bench. 11:40 left in the first period. Dubuque still looking for its first shot on net. Trailing 1-0. We get Blake Schrader out with Landon Schultz. She again forces the face-off forward. The Oaks corral it and send it back behind Shell. Schultz back behind the net. Plays it out to the far side to Henkel. Doesn't know it's coming. Shot on Shell. He'll hold on for a whistle. Now we'll get Andres Hill and Ben Zick. And Jensen Hill, Sammy Ruiz, and Cade Weiner jump over the boards. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. They'll walk it to the corner. Played back to the blue line now. Held just in the zone. Weiner gets it away. Jensen Hill's going to be offside, but the Oaks take control, send it back the other direction. Shell will play it to the corner for Ben Zick. Zick pestered behind the net. Oaks apply the full pressure. Jensen Hill struggles to get it out. Held in by the Oaks. Now it's Hill again. Plays it just out of the reach of Weiner. Oaks counter it at center ice. Elliott into the zone. Now played across to the blue line. Held in and dumped down behind the net. Back to the blue line again. Hauschlag sends it on net. Tipped to the corner by Shell. Ben Zick hard off the boards. Weiner can't quite chip it out. Centering pass caught. Nice save by Shell. Bouncing puck on the goal line. Net's off. Net's off. Whether Jensen Hill meant to do it or not a bad play. Saints will send out the Midwest line of Heacock, Henkel, and Sheehy. Schultz and looks like Liam Henry back on defense. Face off to come to the left of Shell. Won by the Oaks. Shot from the top of the circle, high over the net. Worked around to the near corner. It's played all the way back to Hauschlag at the blue line. Shots deflected. Up behind the net. Bouncing puck controlled by Schultz. He'll play it over to Heacock. Cross-ice pass over to Henkel. Henkel and Sheehy 2-on-2 the other way. Henkel shot. High over the net. Battle on the near boards. Heacock fires it down. Wraps around the backside of the net. Sheehy knocks it away. Loose in the slot. Still battle for it. Steps on it. Now Henkel picks it up. Wheels it to the face-off touch. Shot. Saved by Brower. The Saints finally have a shot on goal. The Oaks will make a change. Sheehy to the dot. Oaks win the faceoff to the corner. They'll send it back behind the net. Try and force out the far side. Back to Cooper Smith. Smith now just inside the blue line. Dumps it off there. Offsides by the Oaks. Really changed by the Oaks. Sheehy still in for the dot. Puck's down. Controlled by Dubuque. Played over to Landon Schultz just inside the blue line. Plays it ahead. Peacock sends it into the zone. Oaks go D to D. Can't get it by Alex Henkel, who dumps it down to the corner. Back behind the net. The Oaks will try and get it. Sheehy back to get it from him. Now knocks it away. Drives it to the far corner. Henkel now pesters him back behind the net. The Oaks go D to D. Still battle behind the net. Wrapped around to the far side. Nobody home. Off the Oaks skate. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Henkel with a big hit. Peacock picks it up. Samuel Ruiz late to the game. Pops it in. Shot on net. High and wide. Carams all the way out to the far side. Anders Hill races over to get it. He'll play it into the back of the linesman. Made the ouchie face. Ahead. Anders Hill chips it up. Just in front of the Oaks bench. The Oaks will go back to their D. Now played to the far side. Just out of the reach of Anders Hill. Kicked into the zone. Back behind the net. Benzik picks it up there. Walks away from one. Gets it over to Anders. Played ahead to his brother Jensen. And the Saints will work it out to center ice. Oaks D to D in their own defensive zone. Now a big cross pass taken away by Weiner. He dances around one, gets it into the zone, leaves it for Ruiz. Back behind the net it goes. Kicked around to the near side. Weiner picks it up there. Gives it hard into the box. Walks away. Top of the circle. Gets it back to Eli Schwartz. Sends it back to the corner. The Oaks will fire it out the far side into the crowd. It looks like alumni Nico Sukuchov retrieving the puck. Always happy to see former players back at the rink cheering on their teammates. Get Sheehy, Heacock, and Henkel out. Sheehy to the dot. Puck's down, back to Henkel. Shot blocked in front. Bouncing puck now back behind the net. The Oaks will work it out the near side. Sent up through center ice. Taken away by Henkel. He'll drive it back in. Goes back behind the net. Peacock goes down, tries to knock it off. Henkel pokes it loose. The Oaks will force it back out the far side. Long cross-ice pass collected by Pennington. There's two Penningtons right there. Pennington to Pennington. Henkel on the far side. Plays it up ahead. Oaks take it back. Sheehy dumps it into the zone. Cross-ice pass. Knocked away by Schultz. He'll dump it in. Hits the Oaks defender. Chip back out to center ice. Oaks will rush it up into the attacking zone. Centering pass. Knocked down in the slot. Shot. Saved by Shell. Holds on for a whistle. 7:17 left in the first period. Shots on goal favor the Oaks. 9-1. We got Samuel Ruiz to the dot. We've got Jensen Hill and Cade Weiner out there. Puck's down, won by Dubuque. Cade Weiner. Pass through center ice. Jumps it off for Jensen. Just onside, set on net. Saved by Brower. Now back behind the net. The Oaks will spin it away. Cross ice pass, wide open. Jensen Hill pesters them the whole way back. Rides him into the boards hard. Wrestled to the ice by the Oaks player. Anders Hill ahead to Cade Weiner. Weiner across the red line into the attacking zone. Hits the brakes at the top of the circle. Looks for help. Thrown into the boards hard. Ruiz gets it back to Liam Henry from the point. Sent just wide of the net. Karen's all the way to the far side. The Oaks look for that quick spring out pass. Can't quite hit it. They'll send it the length. Just short of icing. Henry loses it behind the net. The Oaks take it. Tries the wrap. Nice stop there. Sent into the Dubuque bench. Just missing the head of Justin Molenkamp. And with 6:21 left in the first period, we're going to face off to the right of Shell. Shell with 8 saves already in this game. Behind on the scoreboard, losing 1-0. Sheehy, Heacock, and Henkel come out for the faceoff. Elliott lines up across from Sheehy. Sheehy wins the draw. Works it across the center ice. Chips it into the zone for Heacock. Heacock centering pass just a little too far ahead for Henkel. Chip back behind the net. Jumps over the stick of Heacock and it comes down to the near side. Played ahead. Sheehy takes it away. Got Henkel with him. Can't quite get away. And the Oaks have it now out to neutral ice. Taken away by Heacock. Heacock sends it into the zone. All the way to the corner coast. Pennington there to pick it up. Plays it off the boards. Henkel runs him off on the far side. It's Sheehy to pick it up. Plays ahead to Heacock. Heacock shot. Directly into Brower. Bruce still in front. Now kicks off to the side. Elliott going to the box. Cross checking on number 38, Jackson Heacock. This is what happens when you mess with the ref's family. So Heacock will head off, and the number 1 unit will come out. He stays out there with Henkel, and he's joined by Ruiz, Weiner, and Jensen Hill. Sammy Ruiz to the dot for the faceoff. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. Back behind the net it goes. They'll try and throw it around the near boards. Weiner can't quite hold it in, and looks like Hesse down the other way. Shot, saved by Shell. He plays it out quick to Weiner. Weiner now will advance it up the boards. All the way to the attacking zone. Drives it to the slot. Who's puck? They blind him with a premature whistle. Says, my bad. Doesn't get us the scoring opportunity back, Blondin. Blondin, the goaltender himself, part of the time, tends to favor to protect the goaltenders, which is fine. Bruce puck. Chipped out to center ice. Henkel's got it there. He'll play it ahead. Jensen Hill picks it up just outside the blue line. Circles back at the red line. Gives it ahead to Weiner. Weiner over to Henkel. Henkel into the zone. Walks it down. Drops off for Sheehy. Sheehy all the way down to the goal line. Spins in the corner. Gets it off to Henkel. Uses the skinny part of his stick to stop it. That's not the most effective way to do that. Now back to Sheehy. Henkel at the blue line. Gives to Ruiz. Back to Henkel. Henkel to the top of the circle. Shot. Blocked in front. Taken away. Ruiz recovers. Sends it over to Weiner. Weiner hits the brakes. Reverses field. Top of the circles. Sends it to the slot. Off the defender's skate. Sheehy now in the corner. Works it back behind the net. Waits for the change. Picked up there by Weiner. Weiner back to Sammy Ruiz at the blue line. Sent on net, just wide. Sheehy knocks it loose. Controls in the corner. Gets it off to Schultz. Played over to Weiner. Weiner loses it. Knocks it back, though. Ruiz catches it. Knocked down in front. Sent the length of the ice. Still 20 seconds left in the power play, so no icing. Michael pulls back to get it. Dishes off to Heacock. Heacock through center ice with some speed. All the way down the middle. Good shot. Wide of the net. Caroms over to Anders Hill. Anders on the board. Gives it back to Landon Schultz. Schultz shot. Who's in front? Oh! Eli Schultz couldn't quite pull the trigger. Still loose, though. Now kick to the near side. Power play's over. We're back to 5 aside. The Oaks will rush it up the ice. Dropped off there for Elliott. Fresh out of the box. Taken away by Tyler Randall. Loose in the slot. Picked up by the Oaks. Knocked down by Schultz. He'll clear it out. Length of the ice. Oaks will collect on their own goal line. Reverse it back. Go D-to-D on the far side. Randall there to force the issue. Taken away by Schultz. Taken back by the Oaks. 1-on-2 the other way. 1-on-3 the other way. Randall gets it back. Rolls off his stick. Now collects it. Held in at the blue line by the Oaks. Cade Weiner ahead to Jensen Hill. Jensen into the attacking zone. Drives wide. Cuts at the goal line. Takes it out to the far side. Dumped it back into the corner. Weiner back to get it. A little apprehensive there. Now takes it away. Walks to the corner. Drops off. Tries to do a give and go, but didn't go. That's how that play works. Loose in front. Sammy Ruiz. Shot saved by Brower. A little pushy woo-woo on Pennington. Brower holds on for the whistle. That power play helped the shots on goal situation. It's now 8-10, still in favor of the Oaks, but hey, we're back in the game. We'll get Heacock, Sheehy, and Henkel out for the faceoff. Schwartz and Henry back on defense. Sheehy to the dot. Oaks win the faceoff. Send it back to the corner, back behind the net. They'll try to wrap it out the far side. Aerial pass. Jumps over the stick of Liam Henry, and the Oaks are on the race. Loose in the slot. Taken away by Henkel. Now the Oaks pick it up. Turn and fire. Saved by Shell. Big hit there by Schultz. Kicked off. Another big save by Shell. He'll hold on for the whistle. 2 minutes left now in the first period. Oaks still holding a 1-0 lead. Sheehy to the dot. Oaks win the faceoff again. Played down to the corner. Ben Zick tries to get it behind the net. The Oaks take it away there. Loose on the side. Pops out to the high slot. Fed back to the corner by the Oaks. Now they kick it out in front. Nets off. Shell makes the save. Nets off by about 6 inches. Not intentionally, but Ryder Hill and Ruiz back out. Ruiz in for the faceoff. The Oaks win it. Play it back to the point. Shot on net. Hit their player in front. Now it's Cade Weiner the other way through neutral ice. He's got Sammy Ruiz with him. Into the zone he comes. Drops off for Sammy. Rolls off his stick into the corner. Thrown out in front. Jensen Hill had it temporarily. Still bouncing in the slot. Now played back out. Just past the blue line. Ben Zick will race it down. Driven to the boards hard. Down to 4 back behind the Duke net. Thrown out in front. Loose puck. Diving attempt by Weiner. Kick back to the blue line. Shot. Saved by Shell. Holds on for the whistle. 1:09 left in the first period. Oaks are pouring it on here. 14-8. Shots on goal. Sheehy, Henkel, and Peacock back out. Sheehy to the dot. Oaks win the faceoff. Try to drive it to the slot. Bouncing puck still loose. Collected by Henkel. He'll fire it off the far boards. Rolling puck. Collected by the Oaks. Behind the net. They'll send it up the far side. Henkel's there to get it. Kicks it over to Weiner. Heacock. Heacock back down low to Henkel. Henkel behind the net. Can't quite get it out in front. Picks it up in the corner. Back to Henry. Sends through the middle. Bouncing puck. Jackson Heacock can't get there. Played back. Schultz fires it back down below the net. The Oaks try and pick it up there. Henkel fires it back below the goal line. Sheehy picks it up, gets it over to Heacock. Heacock works behind the net. Throws it out in front. Nobody home. Locked in front by the Oaks. Henkel's got on the goal line. Bouncing puck to the slot. Don't quite connect for a shot on goal. Henkel holds it at the blue line. Dumped on net. Bouncing puck. Now it's Heacock, loose puck in front. Sheehy tries to backhand it. Gets a good piece of Brower, but not enough of the puck. Oaks will send it the length of the ice. Shell will stop it, plays out to Henkel. And that'll do it for the first period. Looks like we'll start with Sammy Ruiz, Jensen Hill, and Cade Weiner. Defensemen to be determined. Anders Hill and Ben Zick look like prime candidates. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Back underway here. Omaha. The Oak Leaves chip it into the zone, sent back out to neutral ice by Dubuque. Oaks counter. Chipped into the Dubuque bench. Face off to come to the right of Brower. Elliott tried to get a late change in. Not allowing that here. Home team always gets the last change. So Ruiz to the dot. Elliott thrown out of the faceoff. And they still win after all that. Wrapped around to the far side. Weiner puts him into the boards hard. Knocked into the zone. Oaks are able to clear. Into the attacking zone. They're 2-on-2 the other way. Andersell forces them back behind the net. Pesters them the whole way around. Fed back to the blue line. Gladson sends it over. Ausloy shot. Deflected in front. Schultz has it there. Plays it ahead to Jensen Hill. The Oaks turn it over just outside the blue line. Knocked down deep by Sammy Ruiz, and he'll go for a change. Chipped up the far boards. The Oaks will rush it out to center ice. Knocked away by Schultz. Weiner backs ahead of one. Gets it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy sends it to the corner. The Oaks will win the race there. Back behind the net. Out in front, Sheehy's all alone. Just misses the net. Knocked down by the Oaks, and they'll try and bring it out the near side. Taken away by Heacock, sent it back into the zone. The Oaks have it. Now they'll force it out to center ice. Back into the defensive zone. Fired all the way up, chipped into the zone there. The Oaks will win the race behind their own net, or behind the net of Shell. Henkel plays it back to Schultz. Schultz works it out the far side. High off the glass, gloved down by the Oaks. Now played across the blue line. It's Tyler Henry. Knocked off his stick back into the defensive zone. Landon Schultz has it there. Hard off the boards up to Sheehy. He'll try and play out the center ice. It's knocked down by the Oaks. Played back below the goal line. Throw him through the middle. Nobody home. Jackson Heacock's chin guard is hanging like a mask from 2020. Now out to the front. Heacock gets it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy inside the blue line. Walks towards the middle. Wows over the goalie. A little delay on the whistle there. She checks to make sure Brower's all right. The camera just doesn't move fast enough to get to that. Sheehy will stay out with Zick, Andersell, Henkel, and Heacock. No, he won't. The Oaks send their third line out, so Austin counters with his third line. So we'll get Eli Schwartz, Tyler Randall, and Michael Poles. Randall to the dot. One, back to Anders Hill, gets it to Michael Poles. Shot on net. Now the Oaks have it. They'll bang it out to the blue line. Jumps over everyone, and we'll get an icing call. See if the Oaks still like their line. Oaks are good, so are the Saints. We'll do it all again. Face off to the left of Brower. Tyler Randall to the dot. Puck's down, won by the Saints. Michael Poles fires it into the back of Eli Schwartz. Bouncing puck, caroms over to the near side. The Oaks working out this neutral ice. Sent into the zone. Zick's got it there, back behind the net. Tries to kick it away. The Oaks battle for it behind the goal line. Now squirts to the corner. Eli Schwartz picks it up there. Sends it ahead. Poles gets just a piece of it. We'll go D to D. Back to Jimmer. He'll work it over to the far side. Plays it out the boards. Randall's got it there. Sends it to the corner. Back behind the net. Chases it around to the near side. The Oaks will try and bring it out. And do. Liam Henry all the way back to get it. He's back there with Zick. Circles back behind his own net. Stretch pass ahead to Ruiz, who chips it into the zone. The Oaks fire it back out. Mishandled there by Henry. Right ahead, the Oaks now. Blocked in front by Henry. That's not Henry, that's Vincent Hill. Poked loose now by Henry. Gets it ahead to Hill. Knocked back in by the Oaks. Back behind the net it goes. Liam over to get it. Right ahead. Jensen Hill. It's dumped back in to the zone. Liam back to pick it up again. Works it off the boards. Out to center ice. Chopped ahead by Ben Zick, and he'll get it to Sammy Ruiz. Ruiz sends it over to Weiner. Weiner shot blocked. They'll play it out the far side. Controlled by Weiner. Spins away. Loose in the slot. And the Oaks will work it back out to neutral ice. Into the defensive zone. Shell will cover it for the whistle. So with 12:43 left in the second period. Saints haven't had a quality scoring attempt yet this period. Still early. Sheehy, Henkel, and Peacock out there. Cooper Smith wins the face, or one of the face off to Cooper Smith. It's played back to Landon Schultz, who puts a big hit into Gladstone. Now lays on the puck. Back loose by Oaks. They'll try and drive out the boards, taken away by Henkel. Henkel up the near side. Gets by everyone. He's on the boards. He's got Heacock in the middle. Centering pass. Just can't get through. Brower makes a nice save, and it's the other way. Grant back. He's got Sheehy and Cooper Smith pestering in there. Loose in the slot. Backhanded out of the zone. Leg whip there on Henkel behind the play. Uncalled. Bouncing puck. And they get it out of the zone for an offsides. We'll get the third line back out of Randall, Schwartz, and Poles. Back by Hill and Zick. Puck's down. Randall advances it through center ice, chips it into the zone, and he'll chase it down to the corner. First one on the seam behind the net, picks it up there. Knocks it back towards the goal line. Eli Schwartz wheels in the slot, tries to get a shot. It's knocked off his stick. Michael Poles scoops it up down the boards. Schwartz with a big hit. Poles works it down towards the net. Shot, saved by Brower. Loose puck still loose. Kicks to the corner, and the Oaks will play it out to center ice. Ben Zick controls it at the red line, dumps it back into the zone. Behind the net it goes. Oaks will try and play it out the near side. Poles applies the pressure there. They'll chip it around him. Sent to the far side now. Pennington's got it there. Works his way up the net. Ice. Old Weiner takes it away from him. Cade Weiner pulls his dad. Cade now across the blue line. Shot. Gloved down by Brower. Nice save, and a puck headed for the top corner. To welcome the 26 people watching the stream. Glad to have you. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We're at 490 subscribers. Ruiz into the faceoff. It's a quick drop. Played back to the Oaks. They ran the Rockford play there. I don't see that often from other teams. It's Jensen Hill. Poked away from him. The Oaks have it. They'll advance it into the zone. Jensen back to get it. Knocks the puck loose all the way back below the goal line. Liam Henry now sends it behind the net. Oaks battle forward in the corner. Then out to the blue line, glove down by the Oaks and played back in. Landon Schultz high off the boards. Jensen Hill gloves it down just inside the blue line. The Oaks have it. Campbell now. High slot shot saved by Shell. The west line comes back out. Ankle Sheehy and Heacock. Sheehy to the dot. Pucks down. Controlled by Dubuque. Honor still takes it beyond his own net. Now he'll bring it out the near side. Long cross ice pass. Can't hit the stick of Jackson Heacock. He'll come back and try it again. It's a good breakout pass. Sheehy to the dot again. Oaks win this one. They'll chip it back on the goal line. Walks it around the backside. Out to the point it goes. Shot saved by Shell. Battle for behind the net. Benzik knocks it off the wall. Fired on net. Saved by Shell. Loose puck goal. Looks like Honors Hill got caught in no man's land staying in front of Shell. Puck comes down. Oaks player gets a piece of it. Honors didn't move to the forward. And the Oaks are up 2-0. Second period, 2-0. 10 minutes left in the second period. Shots on goal favor the Oaks, 19-14.
Scored by number 17, Cooper Harrington, assisted by number 23, Max Gladson, and number 28, Michael Grant.
Harrington from Gladson and Grant. Puck's down and back underway. The Oaks advance it into the attacking zone. Shot, saved by Shell. Kicked out. Weiner's got it. He'll take it the other way. Knocked off his stick, stays in the Oaks zone. They'll dump it back behind the goal line. Then Schultz back to get it. Taken away by the Oaks. Kicked out to the top of the circle. Sammy Ruiz gets it out to Jensen Hill, who takes it out to center ice. Into the attacking zone. Shot from the top of the circle, right into Bauer's face. He makes the save. Holds on. Sammy Ruiz stays in for the faceoff. He's got Hill in the shooter spot. Dubuque wins the faceoff. Back to Jensen Hill. Evan Brower's on his game today. Quick glove save. Holds on for a whistle. Maybe we don't shoot it directly at his glove or his face. Puck's down, loose. Cade Weiner's got it. Works around behind the net. Plays it over to Liam Henry. Shot just wide of the net. Carries over to Cade Weiner. He's got it at the blue line. Walks it back. It's knocked off his stick. The Oaks play it out to neutral ice. Weiner back to get it. Forces it up through center ice. Into the attacking zone. It's knocked off his stick there. They'll ride him into the boards. Poke loose, and the Oaks are 2-on-3, the other, or 3-on-2 the other way. Can't quite connect the squad. Shot, kicked wide by Shell. Timber knocks it down low, wraps around the back of the net. Schultz over to get it. That's the man off the puck, and it's Cade Weiner sending it out to center ice. Alex Hinkle tries to chase it down. Weiner just outside his blue line, turns it over there. Shot, saved by Shell. He'll hold on for the whistle. 8:27 left in the second period. Oaks are up 21-16 in shots. Sheehy to the dot. Puck's down. Dubuque controls. Honors Hill plays it up the boards. Oaks hold it in there. Sheehy takes it away from Elliott. Now sent towards the net. Shell will hold on for the whistle. 8:19 left in the second period. Gavin Elliott into the draw for the Oaks. He'll get tossed for premature faceoff. Played up the boards, held in by the Oaks. Now it's knocked over center ice. They'll walk around one, pass out in front. Loose in the slot, held on by Shell. Bit of a struggle here to get the puck out. I'm beginning to believe these players in front of me are not the Oaks JV team, as I see them back behind Shell. So I'm not sure what team this is. Puck's down. Battled in the corner. Tyler Shell has it pinned against the boards there. Now Heacock walks out with it. Gets it out to center ice. Chips it around one. He's racing in. He's got Henkel in the middle. Shot. Did Brower hold on to that? I saw the net move behind. Yep, hit his chest, rolled into his glove. Heacock with a bad angle shot. Didn't get a rebound for Henkel. Didn't quite happen. Sheehy to the dot. Wins the faceoff. Tries to get it back to Henkel. Can't quite connect with him. It's Blake Schrader. Sends it into the zone. Henkel picks it up on the far side. Walks it down the boards into the corner. Tries to spin away. Can't quite do it. Now it's the Oaks. Loses it. Turns it over on the board. Sent down to Henkel. Battled in the slot. Still loose. The Oaks working over to the near side. Henkel pressuring the whole way. They'll wrap it around the far boards. Out to neutral ice. Heacock sticks his nose where it belongs. Now it's Henkel, top of the circles. Can't quite get a shot off. The Oaks will force it back out the other side. Chipped into the zone and go back behind the net of Shell. Send out the far side. Heacock knocks the man out the buck there. Schrader knocks it up to the blue line. Hits Sammy Ruiz in front. Still bouncing though. The Oaks have it. High slot. They'll work it down low. Loose man in front. Can't quite get it to him. Henkel stands it behind the net. Schultz cross-checks a man into the end wall. He'll get a penalty for that. Yeah. They called that one from the space station.
Saints penalty of 6:50 in the second period.
Cade Weiner and Jensen Hill off the kill penalty.
That will put us on a nothing by Dubuque's varsity penalty kill.
Face off one by Dubuque. They'll send it out of the zone. Oaks back to regroup in their own defensive zone. Weiner there to pressure. Played all the way ahead to Harrington. Taken away by Jensen Hill. He'll send it to the far side of the ice. Wraps around. Brower stops it behind the net. The Oaks will play it out to the far side. Jensen Hill makes them think twice about their actions. Driven all the way back behind the net. Cade Weiner applies the pressure. He'll spin away. Jensen now forces him to the far side. Cross ice pass to nobody. Gavin Elliott back. Send it across. Just out of the reach of Cade Weiner. He dives to get it. 4-on-2 the other way. The Oaks hit the brakes. Top of the circle. Slot. Saved by Andy Shell. Played down below the goal line. Shizzle's got it there. Plays it out to the far side. Now it's back to the blue line for the Oaks. Shot. Over the head of everyone. Kicks out to Harrington on the near boards. Played through the middle. Weiner gets a piece of it, but not enough. Sends it back to the blue line. Shot. Saved by Shell. And we'll get a whistle. 53 seconds left on the Schultz power play. Saints will send out serial killers, Sheehy and Heacock. We got Ruiz and Hill back on defense. Sheehy to the dot. Next down. Jackson Heacock forces it up to the blue line. The Oaks hold it in there. Oshwag's got it. Drops it down low. Runs a give and go. They don't give it back to him though. Loose puck sent to the far side. They'll kick it back to the blue line. Now to the near side, top of the circle. Back to the blue line again. Shot fired on net. stopped by Peacock and set the length. Sheehy will go down, and that's interference. That's interference. That's interference all day. Sent wide. Kicked over to the far boards. The Oaks have it there. Sheehy knocks it loose temporarily. The Oaks get it back to the blue line. Poke loose by Ruiz. Out to neutral ice. Oaks will dump it in from the red line. Wrapped around to the far corner. All the way back to the point. Schultz's penalty has expired. We're back to 5-side. Shell kicks it off the back wall. Ruiz will send it out to the blue line. Leaks out to center ice. Held in. That's offsides. All the way. Not all the way. Been pretty intentional to me, but what do I know? I have a mic, they have a whistle. Cooper Smith. Running the indoor football play with 0 success. Chip back out to center ice. Puck's loose. Jensen Hill gets it ahead to Cade Weiner. Weiner into the zone. Hits the brakes in the top of the circle. Has it taken away there. Kick back out. Shot on net. Saved by Brower. I don't think we can let him just see it and catch it. That doesn't seem to be working out well for us. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. Cade Weiner can't quite hold it at the blue line. The Oaks now advancing up into the attacking zone, top of the circle. Force it down, pushes it through the middle, shot wide. Oaks pick up the rebound, kick it back to the blue line. Lunders has it there. Set on net, blocked in front by Schultz. Jensen Hill on the boards. Oaks take it away from him. Sent back, top of the circle, blocked by Schultz. Rebound controlled. Sent to Shell. Back behind the net. The Oaks have it. Schultz gets a little physical there. Kick just out of the zone, off to the neutral zone. The Oaks will fire it back in. Cooper Smith pinned up against the wall. Taken away, and now it's Weiner. He'll send it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy had both feet in the zone. Needed to keep a foot on the blue line. And he knows it. Gives the full line a chance to set. Weiner heads off. Heacock heads on. Face-off comes to center ice. Sheehy to the dot. Wins it forward. Takes it into the zone. Shot on net. Wide. Oh, I don't want to shoot it directly at Brower. I'd like to hit the net. Kick to the far corner. Peacock tries to cut him off there. Can't quite do it. Now it's the Oaks. Out to neutral ice with a little speed. Cut down by Zick. Now knocked back into the defensive zone. Liam Henry battles it up. Sheehy tries to get it ahead to Henkel. Now it's knocked out to center ice. Henkel isn't there anymore. Gladson sends it ahead. Peacock knocks it back. Gladson gets another shot at it. Sends it over to Grant on the near side. Grant dumps it back behind the net. Liam Henry back to get it. Spins it out to the near corner. Grant can't handle it. Gladson walks away from Henkel's hit. Now back below the goal line. They'll work it up the near boards. All the way back to blue line. Gladson shot. Oh! He got a piece of it. It hit Liam Henry in the head. Saints get a change. Jackson Heacock knocks it back behind the net. Sammy Ruiz back to chase it. Now it's knocked up the far side. Heacock still on the ice. Sends it down to Ruiz through the slot. Nobody home. 2 minutes left in the second period. Grant the other way. Got a slot down the middle. Shot. Saved by Shell. Big hit there by Schultz. Jensen Hill walks out of the corner with it. Backhands it ahead to Heacock, still on the ice. Now he slowly maneuvers his way. I'm not sure who was offsides there, but 1:52 left in the second period. These are definitely not Oak players, as the Oak players are turning and yelling at the fans. Puck's down, controlled by the Oaks. They'll play it back to their D to D to the far side. Sent up ahead. Into the zone, knocked off the puck by Schultz. Now it's Weiner the other way. He's got Jensen Hill with him. Works it to the outside. Zone load in front. Shot saved by Brower. Elliott comes in and hits Weiner to the back of the head. We'll spend some quality time in the box for that. Scott Long a little upset on the boards. Scott Long saying Cade Weiner dove.
1:36 left in the second period. Number 11.
Hey, Blondin says, I have the whistle. You stay there in your fancy little ball cap.
Nothing. No, William leading power play.
So the Saints will send out the number 1 power play unit. Blondin back to talk to Scott Long. I'm sure he's saying if you ever talk to me that way again, it'll be the end of the game for you. So Sammy Ruiz looks like he'll be up to the dot. He's flanked by Sheehy and Hill. Henkel and Weiner back at the blue line. Back to Henkel. Henkel gives to Sheehy, back to Henkel. Sends it over to Ruiz. Now it's Henkel at the top of the circle. Shot. Oh, deflected in front by Jensen Hill. Not quite enough on net. Goes wide. Shell back to play it. Ruiz chased the whole way. Hill set it up there. Works out the far side. Plays it ahead to Weiner. Weiner ahead to Henkel. Henkel drives it wide. Cuts towards the net. His shot. Goal! Alex Henkel. Power play goal! At 1:08 of the second period, Henkel cuts the lead in half with a beautiful rush down the ice. Beat the goalie on the far side. Still 1:08 left. Cade Weiner looks like he's got some problem with his skate. Drops off some tape. Saints will leave the power play unit out for the last minute. Weiner gets the assist on Henkel's goal. Played into the Dubuque bench. Still 1:04 left. Saints will opt with the power play unit. Which, although these 5 players are very talented, there isn't a defenseman among them. A little scary there, but we'll see how it works out. Oaks win the faceoff. They'll play it back to their D. Cross-ice pass ahead to Harrington. Knocked down by Sammy Ruiz. Played up through the middle. Off Jensen Hill's stick. Sheehy gloves it down. I think with his bad hand. Send it to the zone by Sheehy. Got Henkel behind him. Drops it off for him. Shot. Glove down by Brower. A little unnecessary pushy wide. Just keep shoving him. I mean, you think they dive, that's because you push them to the ground. It was like Heacock will come out and join his normal line mates. We'll get Anders Hill and Landon Schultz back on D. Sheehy to the dot. Wins it to the face-off, or to the boards. The Oaks will play it back behind their own net. Sent up through the middle. The Oaks get just a piece of it. Landon Schultz all the way back to his defensive zone to recover. 30 seconds left in the period now. Plays the D over to Hill. Back over to Schultz. Schultz wraps it up the boards. Held in by the Oaks. Taken away by Sheehy. He'll walk it out to center ice. Runs into some resistance. The Oaks play it out. Knocked back in by Anders. Get a change with just 8 seconds left. The Oaks will pause behind their net. Send out the far side. 3, 2, 0. So after 2 periods, the score is the Oaks 2, Dubuque 1. Shots on goal favor the Oaks 27-21. Take a break, clear the ice. See you back for the 3rd period in about 20 minutes. Teams are back on the ice for the third period. Like the Saints will open up with Ruiz, Hill, and Weiner. Schultz and flipping a coin to see if it's Benzik or Anders Hill. It's neither. It's Liam Henry. Puck's down and we're underway. Oaks control the faceoff, back to the defensive zone. We'll go D to D and advance it up the far side, dumped into the corner. Wrapped around to the near boards. Weiner picks it up, sends it out to neutral ice. Oaks turn and spin it right back in. Schwartz now on the far side. Knocked off the puck there. Jensen Hill battles to get it, sends it ahead to Weiner. Weiner races it into the zone. His shot up into the net. Sammy Ruiz back to the dot. Puck's down. Oaks will try and send it out and get it to neutral ice. Cooper Smith holds it temporarily, now dumps it back into the zone. Knocked loose. Battle for on the far board. Jensen Hill tries to get it away there. Now the Oaks will force it out to neutral ice. Into the attacking zone, they'll chip it towards Shell. He'll cover and hold for a whistle. 16:08 left in the third period. Sheehy to the dot. Puck's down. Sheehy wins it back. Sent out to center ice. Peacock plays it ahead. Alex Henkel carries it into the zone. His shot just wide of the net. Carries off to the far boards. Sheehy plays it back. Sent down low. Glove down by Sheehy. Cross check off the puck. Wrapped around to the near side. Bennington's got it there. Peacock forces it down low. Kicks out. Sheehy top of the circle. Shot into the chest. Brower holds on for the win. Sheehy to the dot. He's got Heacock behind him. Wins it back to Heacock. In his feet, though. And Elliott races out to center ice for the Oaks. Campbell chips it into the zone. Elliott, the first one to get it behind the net. Works it out to the corner. Circles back. Sheehy will pick it up in the corner now. Run off the puck from behind. Kicked out to the far side. Out to the point it comes. Hoslog's got it there. Fed down low. They'll send it back to the neutral zone. Chipped ahead. Hauslog dumps it into the zone. Anders Hill back to get it. He'll play it high off the glass. Go the length of the ice. Hauslog scoops it up behind his own net. There's an extra cross check on the ice, and we get it. Chipped out in front. Jensen Hill still controlling. There we go. Cross checking. Hey, you. Well, this says 2 minutes for cross checking. Saints send out the number 1 unit. 1 power play goal already tonight. Sammy Ruiz will belly up to the dot. Got Sheehy and Hill with him. Weiner and Henkel behind him. Puck's down. Jensen Hill gets it back to Cade Weiner. Weiner at the blue line. Sends it over to Ruiz. Now back to Weiner, top of the circle. Sends it through the middle just a piece of it before Sheehy can get it. Now it's battled in the corner. Henkel still fights for it there. It's wrapped around. Sheehy pulls it off the boards. They're going to get Alex Henkel for a hook. So now 4-on-4 for 142. Seems like a soft call, but he's got a whistle. I got a mic.
Saints penalty at 14:23 in the third period. Number 7, Alex Eagle.
So we'll get the top line with Landon Schultz back on defense. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Wins it back to Schultz. Schultz spins away from one, tries to force it up the boards. Back to the point, dumped on net. Shell kicks it to the corner. Schultz again from the corner, works it out the far side. Cuts it ahead, plays it off to Jensen Hill. He'll spin. Played back to Ruiz. Drops off for Weiner. Weiner ahead of speed. Heads into the far side. Tops of the circle, walks around one, all the way down to the goal line. Big hit there into the end wall. Jensen Hill knocks it away. Sends it over to the Zamdors. Now it's worked all the way back to the blue line. Dropped off there. Schultz can't quite get a piece of it. The Oaks head back the other way. Dumped in the zone. Shell kicks it to the corner. Dump down low. Sammy Ruiz has got there. Carries it out of the zone. Falling pass ahead to Dave Weiner, who deflects it up into the net. Lucky fan. Embedded in their forehead. We'll get Sheehy and Heacock out. Zick and Anders Hill to back them. Still a minute left on this 4-on-4 situation. Oaks have it. They'll play D-to-D catch. Send it all the way back to the zone. Grant has it there. He'll wheel and try and bring it up the middle. Advances into his attacking zone. Takes it wide. Ben Zick rides him all the way back behind the net. Circles to the far side. Back to the blue line. Dumps it down low to Pennington. Pennington collects in the corner. He's harassed by Heacock. Battle on the near boards. The Oaks walk away from it into the corner. Hits the brakes behind the net. Centering pass. Collected by Honors. He'll play it out to the blue line. Saved by Shell. Kicked on the boards. Glove down by Zick. Plays it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy and Heacock 2-on-2. Sheehy drives it wide. Toe drag. Drops off for Heacock. Doesn't quite get to him though. Now played up the near boards. Dumped in by Liam Henry. Collected there. Oaks penalties over. They'll go for a change. He knocks him off the puck, off the host log though. And our head coach penalty is over too. The Oaks have it. They'll drive it out of the defensive zone. Dumped in all the way around to the far corner. And Schultz eats some plexiglass. It's Ruiz ahead to Weiner. Weiner top of the circles. Peels back. Tries to evade a couple. Gets it over to Jensen Hill. Jensen shot. Deflected out in front. Kicks to Weiner in the corner. Weiner walks towards the net. Drops out for Ruiz. He turns it over. And the Oaks go the other way. Full head of steam. Into the attacking zone. Shot from the point. Loose puck in front. Shell got just enough of it to force it wide. Now driven back below the goal line. Fired in by the Oaks. Karam's off to the far side. Big hit there. Still loose all the way back to the Oaks blue line. Shot fired in. Wrapped around to the near side. They'll battle for it on the boards. It's Weiner. Hits the gas and advances it to the neutral zone. Shot on net. Saved by Brower. They'll dump it and play it to the corner. Sent off to the far side. The Oaks will try and advance it up. Play all the way up the boards to Campbell. Campbell dumps it into the zone. Ben Zick back to get it. He'll have to race Pennington. Beats him there. Battles forward behind the net. Plays it ahead to Henkel on the near boards. Henkel tries to send it out. It's held in by Elliott. Dumped back down to the far corner. Anders Hill digs it out there. He's run over rudely. Now the Oaks back behind the net. Poked loose temporarily by Zick. Give and go out of the corner. Nice toe drag taken away by Anders Hill on a nice one-knee play. Now it's Elliott again. Turns it over to Sheehy in the center. She burns by one, heads towards the net. Shot off the blocker of Brower. Henkel tries to send it down low. The Oaks back out the other way. Campbell now, full head of speed into the attacking zone. Spins off into the corner. Centering pass. The Oaks take it back behind the net. Now kicked out to the far side. Net's off. Puck was fired wide of the net. Andy Shell was doing all he could to recover, but his feet flailed out and knocked the net off its moorings. 9:54 left in the third period. The Oaks still hold the 1-goal advantage. Shots on goal favor the Oaks 31-25. With the third line now, Tyler Randall, Eli Schwartz, Michael Poles. Randall into the dot. Puck's down, won by the Oaks, taken quickly away by Landon Schultz. He'll chip it out to center ice. Now played all the way back. The Oaks will go D to D, trying to work it out the far side. Off the skate of Randall, back into the Oaks defensive zone. Michael Poles applies the pressure in the corner. It's all over Pennington. Forces it to the corner. Poles still there, knocks it loose. Eli gets it down low. I'll play D to D behind the net. Now out to Grant. Controlled by Schultz, so gets it over to Schwartz. Chipped into the zone. The Oaks will pull it off the near boards, back behind the net. Cade Weiner takes it away there. Walks around to the far side. Out in front, Tanner Ruiz! Nice speed! And Cade Weiner Ruiz buries the puck all around in front. So at 9:05 left in the third period, the Saints get the equalizer. Now a 2-2 game.
Saints goal at 9:05 in the third. Scored by number 13, Sammy Lee. Assisted by number 22, Cade Weiner. Release by Weiner.
Andersell plays it up to the far side. Anders gets it back. Played ahead to Cade Weiner. He'll rush it up the middle. Shot. Saved by Brower. Kick to the corner. Goes to fire it back to the point. Just wide of the net. By Andersell. They'll cycle it back to the near side. Tries to work it out. Jumped in by Jensen Hill. He gets it down to Cade. Cade spins away from one. Feeds it back to the point. Sends it towards the net. Loose puck! Oh, Cade Weiner with 2 quality shots. Couldn't make either one pay. Goes the length of the ice for an icing. Peacock, Sheehy, and Hakel back over the boards. They're backed by Schwartz and Henry. Sheehy to the dot. He's got Hakel in the shooter spot. Saints win the faceoff over to Sheehy. Shot saved by Brower. Back to the corner. She tries to walk away with it. The Oaks force it to the other corner. Peacock balance work there. Now the Oaks out to center ice. Shell will cover it for a whistle. Shell makes the save. We'll get the face off to his right. Sheehy to the dot. Face Campbell. Sheehy wins the faceoff, gets it over to the defenseman on the boards. They'll try and work it up the far side, or near side, I'm sorry. So Liam Henry gets it out to center ice. Alex Henkel there. Through the neutral zone. Shot blocked by the defenseman. They'll work it down below the goal line. Henkel rubbed off the puck. The Oaks will try and force it out. Long cross ice pass gets by Schwartz. Schultz. Offside, or icing. Icing. We'll get Cade Weiner, Jensen Hill, and Sammy Ruiz back out. Shots on goal as the Saints creep closer, now 29-32. Ruiz to the dot. Won by the Oaks. Played back below the goal line. No D to D. Forced up the far side. Out to neutral ice. Weiner had it for a second. Now taken away. The Oaks drive to the net. All the way back to Shell. He'll hold it for a whistle. Face off to the left of Shell. Saints will leave the 5 personnel they have out. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Won by the Oaks. Shot. Saved by Shell. Kicked all the way back to the boards. Battle for there. Now they'll send it down to the corner. Oaks spin away with it. Played back to the blue line. Held in there. Sent over to Hauschlag. Shot through the slot. Kicks to the corner. Honor still walks away with it. Plays it ahead to Cade Weiner. Can't quite get him. Dumped back in by the Oaks. Ben Zick back to retrieve it behind his own net. He'll wrap it around to the near side. Anders plays it ahead to Cade. Cade's got it along the boards. Walks it out to center ice. Backhanded pass out to Jensen Hill. Seems like a trip. The Oaks work it back up. Played it to the near corner. Ahead to Hill. Loses it in his skates. It's back. Through the middle. Ben Zick now in the corner. Takes a big hit. The Oaks cycle it back in. All in the slot. Shot high and wide. Bouncing puck out to the middle. Liam Henry controls it. Hard off the boards. Just out of the reach of Jensen Hill. Now it's knocked loose. Liam Henry shot fired out in front. Knocked down in front. The Oaks dump it in. Shell kicks it to the corner. Saints stuck in a defensive funk here. Can't get the puck out of the zone. Played up ahead. She tries to chip it around one. Can't quite do it. Straight up in the air. Now Weiner gets it out to the center ice. Weiner into the zone. In the slot. Shot. Saved by Brower. Off the end wall. Back behind the net. We'll get Randall out. Michael Pohl steps in front of one. Randall plays it over to Eli Schwartz. Eli ahead. Caught up in the Saints. Skates. Now it's Cooper Smith. Plays it ahead to Landon Schultz. Chipped ahead. Tyler Randall now. Loose puck at center ice. 5 minutes left in the third period. Scores tied. Sent the length of the ice. Landon Schultz back. Pins his man against the end wall. The Oaks try and walk it out. Throws it out in front. Now fired back down to the corner. Oaks making the big push here. Loose in front. Michael Pohl skies through the air. Sent back to the far side. Landon Schultz gets it out to Alex Henkel at center ice. He'll dump it in the zone. Henkel applies the forecheck. Knocks it away. The Oaks pick it up. They'll work it out to the far side. Knocked loose by Henkel. Or, I'm sorry, Heacock. Back to the corner comes Lunders. Big cross-ice pass. Knocked down there by Elliott on the far side. Now it's the Oaks struggling to make any headway down the ice. Lunders has it. Plays it ahead. Of course, as soon as I say that, they advance it down the ice. And quality shot on Andy Shell. Holds on for the whistle. 4:19 left in the third period. Still tied. Shots on goal 36-30 in favor of the Oaks. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Puck's down. Won by the Saints. Cade Weiner looking for some open space. Floats it over to Jensen Hill. The Oaks take it away. Now they're back through neutral ice. Sammy Ruiz forces them to dump the puck. All the way back to the far corner. Anders Hill's there. It's pinned up against the board. The Oaks trying to walk away with it. Back behind the net. Ben Zick's got it there. Played up to Cade Weiner. Weiner dumps it in. Glove down by Brower. They'll throw it to the corner. Sammy Ruiz, first one to apply the forecheck. Now sent back behind the net. Jackson Heacock, full head of steam, tries to make a play. They'll play around him. Now it's Henkel back there making life miserable. The Oaks send it up through center ice. Shizzle gets just enough of it. Sent towards the net, kicked out to the far side. The Oaks battle for it there. Spinning pass back to the blue line. They'll go D to D. Shot fired on net, loose in the slot. Scooped up by Heacock. Heacock chips it ahead. He gets just enough of it. Now it's knocked back out to neutral ice. Michael dumps it in. Back behind that, they'll wrap it to the far side. Loose puck. Walks away from Sheehy. 3-on-2 the other way. Dropped off just inside the blue line. Shot. Bladed up into the netting by Andy Shell. 2:52 left in the third period. Saints will switch out the top line. Ruiz, Weiner, and Jensen Hill over the boards. Sam Ruiz to the dot. Oaks win it. Shot. Slow roller to Shell. He'll cover it. Do this all again. Ruiz back to the dot. Wins the face-off to the far side. Landon Schultz gets it out to the D. Bombs it in. Shell holds on for the whistle. Sammy says, I got the face-off. Don't worry. He did a good job of winning it that last time to Schultz. Schultz just didn't have the time to clear the zone. So Ruiz to the dot. Oaks win it. Poke loose by Jensen. Loose puck. Collected by Cade Weiner. He'll play it ahead to Sammy. Sammy advances it into the zone. Gets over Jensen. Hill shot. Fired wide of the net. Carries all the way back to the point. Liam Henry dumps it down low. Sammy Ruiz will race to get it on the far side. Chipped out to center ice by the Oaks. Picked up by Weiner. Counters and takes it back into the zone. He's got Sammy with him. Sent over. Chipped up into the netting. 2:17 left. Fresh legs of Heacock, Sheehy, and Henkel's already on the ice. They're backed by Zick and Anders Hill. Sheehy to the dot. Oaks win it back behind their own net. They'll wrap it out the near side. Elliott has it taken away by Ben Zick. Now it's Jackson Heacock. Plays it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy works into the zone, gives it to Heacock. Heacock shot just wide of the net. Carries all the way to the far side. Henkel knocks him off the puck. Dumps it back below the goal line. Heacock's going to be the first one to it. He fights for it in the corner. The Oaks take it away. They'll work it up the near boards. Just out of the reach of Sheehy. 2-on-3 the other way. They'll reverse it back behind the net. Back to the point. Pennington passes it down to the streaking Campbell. Campbell drops it off on the far side. Gets it back. Henkel knocks it loose. Anders Hill throws it back to the blue line. It's knocked back in. That's offsides. That's offsides. Thanks for the whistle. 1:22 left in the third period. Oaks still with the slight advantage on the shot on goal. 38 to 31. The Oaks will call the timeout.
Oakley's timeout.
So with 1:22 left in the third period, Oaks are giving the Saints all they can handle today. If we can get these. I don't think my camera will go over far enough. Oh, it's lost connectivity. Well, maybe not. I got it back. These gentlemen, I've been with Dubuque students. They have been giving the Oaks the business all day. I'm all for sportsmanship, but I'm all for teenage boys acting like teenage boys too. Looks like we'll get the top line of Ruiz, Weiner, and Hill, backed by Schultz and Henry. Face have to come just outside the Dubuque zone. 1:22 left in the third. Puck's down. Oaks have it. They'll play D to D at the blue or red line. Dumped into the zone by Hauschlag. Wrapped around. Landon Schultz has it behind his own net. They'll work it out the near side. Caught from behind. They'll take it away. Now it's Weiner. Plays it over to Jensen Hill. Jensen into the attacking zone. He's hooked. No call. Blatantly hooked. That was not both ways. That was them hooking us while we had the puck. We're going to change the lines. Sheehy, Heacock, and Hankel out. Zick and Schultz still back on D. Sheehy to the dot. 53 seconds left in the third period. Sheehy wins the faceoff, sends it towards Bauer. He'll hold on for a whistle. Do it all again. Sheehy back to the dot. Oaks win the faceoff now. They'll flare it out. Landon Schultz baseballs it into the Oaks defensive zone. Now it's chipped ahead. Glove down by Grant. On the far side, Heacock battles for it on the wall. Played up into the netting with 32 seconds left. Weiner, Hill, and Ruiz back over the boards. Jensen Hill looks like he'll belly up to the dot. Puck's down, won by Dubuque. Sammy Ruiz back behind the net, hard off the boards. Go the length of the ice. No ice. The Oaks will work it back up. Played out to the far side. Centering pass connected there. Played back to the blue line. Elliott dumps it back in. Wrapped around to the near corner. Just 9 seconds left. Saints pull it at the board. Weiner, 5 seconds left from the red line. He's got to hurry. 3, 2, shoot. Nice save by Bauer. As time winds down. Bonus hockey. I just see that I didn't advance it from the second period that whole game. So we're in the third period now. So overtime in the Midwest League is 3-on-3. I believe it's for 5 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see who the Saints send out. This is our first venture into overtime this season. We're going to check and see how the Oaks have fared in overtime. The Oaks won the first game of the season in a shootout. It looks like that's been their only foray into overtime this season, too. So, not a lot of data to go off of and see who the 3-on-3 is. I would expect to see Gavin Elliott for their team. Expect to see Weiner. Sam Ruiz has had a heck of a game. Hopefully we'll get a defenseman out there. And Alex Henkel, Sheehy, and Heacock all look good. Again, hopefully we get a defenseman out there with two of those three. Devin Brower heads back to his net. He's had a solid game. Andy Schell looking strong in Dubuque's net. Looks like Weiner, Hill, and could be Sammy Ruiz standing out there with him. Now Sammy's got a leg over the board, so I think it's Landon Schultz. So I'd expect Weiner, Hill, and Schultz. Folks have sent out Campbell, Gladson, and Elliott. So free hockey here in Dubuque. Charge you for the first 3 periods, everything after that, just bonus for free. Oh, we're going to stop and start it back up. Jensen Hill to the dot. He wins the faceoff. They'll quickly collect it, and they'll go back to their own defensive zone. They'll play D to D over to Elliott. Gavin Elliott advances it up the ice. Lots of room here in this 3-on-3. They find him and score. Well, do it here from Dubuque. Oaks score in the first 16 seconds of the power play. The overtime. Saints fall for the first time in overtime this season. So a final score of 3-2. Shots on goal favor the Oaks, 39-33. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning. The JV game is at 9 a.m. Varsity at 11. From Alex Hankel's good friend, I'm here to tell you if you can find a rink, you can